The smallest player going to the Final Four in Berlin also took one of the longest and most difficult journeys to get there. Fenerbahce Istanbul point guard Bobby Dixon was born at the bottom of a staircase when his mother, a drug addict, couldn't make it to the local hospital. And from that moment forward, his childhood in one of America's most dangerous neighborhoods only got harder.
I'm from Chicago. I grew up in a pretty bad situation. Came from a really poor family, and we had to overcome a lot. You know, had a lot of losses, and to be here is like amazing to me.
The drug dealing that was all but a family business when Dixon was young exposed him to even worse tragedy.
When I was 10, you know, I saw one of my brothers get killed. He was 13, drive-by shooting, and you know, and also, you know, my mom at the time, she was incarcerated as well. And, you know, we was living with our aunt, so we was kind of like bouncing around from aunt to uncle, and, you know, it was just to grandma. It just was a lot of different situations that we was in with no stability.
As one of the smaller kids in the neighborhood, Dixon had to learn quickly to watch out for himself.
I didn't really have no time to be a kid. You know, I had to learn really fast, or, you know, it was consequences if you didn't. You gotta develop thick skin. You gotta be tough. You can't show too much weakness. Show weaknesses, you get preyed upon in them type of situations.
The other thing that Dixon learned from his environment was how to deal drugs himself, and soon he followed his mother, father and older brothers to jail. But that mistake would prove to be the turning point in Dixon's life.
Once I found myself in jail at 17, you know, I was so hurt, and I was so like mad that I put myself in that situation, you know, that once I was in there, I told myself that I would never ever go back. And I always had a vision of playing basketball, but my circumstances was, you know, I just couldn't really focus on basketball at the time. So once I got out, I put everything behind me and I focused strictly on basketball, and it landed me in some good places.
Few coaches were ready to give an unproven player with his kind of past any opportunities, so Dixon had to work extremely hard to prove himself.
My main motivation was that I had nothing. I had nothing to lose. So if I put everything I had into this, you know, it's only something to gain.
Dixon devoted all his time to basketball and proved himself first at two little-known universities, but they gave him enough of a base to let him start his pro career in France's second division.
That just stuck in my head for some reason. Being a professional basketball player, I don't know why. You know, even though my circumstances didn't say that, but for some reason that always was in my head.
Dixon played in Italy, Poland and France, including his Euroleague debut with Asvel Basket, before landing at Pinar Karsiaka for 3 successful years that led to his big break with Fenerbahce this season, during which Dixon has made more three-pointers than all but 4 players in the competition.
I didn't have a lot of things given to me. My whole life, everything I have, I work extremely hard to get. You know, so I appreciate everything that I have. I try to take advantage of every opportunity I get.
As he has done since leaving jail 15 years ago, Dixon keeps embracing those opportunities to make something solid of life on the other side of the world, far from his disadvantaged beginnings.
European basketball, I mean, this is my dream. You know, I'm living my dream every day. Being a professional basketball player, doing what I love, helping take care of my family. So this is everything I ever wanted.
Among the family members Dixon has been able to take care of is his mother, who has been off drugs for 15 years and lives in the house he bought her. Likewise, Dixon spends his time whenever he goes home with young kids in the same difficult circumstances that he knew so well while growing up.
I'm in tune with a lot of kids that's kind of troubled and, you know, who grew up like similar that I did. I do it free of charge. You know, I don't, because I know most of them don't have a lot of money. So I just try to just show them that it's a different way of living than the way that they see. You know, it's other possibilities out here that they can get into and venture off in if they really want to do it.